I grew up a latchkey kid. Do y'all know what latchkey kids are? I think I was the last generation, though, before the government was like, this should be illegal. You know, we're losing a lot of good ones. And, dude, when you were a latchkey kid, like, safety was not what they cared about. I grew up in Kentucky, and I remember one summer, I was home alone. I got a call on the caller ID, and it said private caller, but I answered it because I was desperate for friendship. And the voice on the other end is an old lady's voice, and she asked if my parents were home. But I immediately said, no, ma'am, because y'all know in the South, it's better to be polite than safe. And then the voice turned to a grown man's voice, and he was like, then why don't you come outside and pet my puppy? I know, but I wasn't an idiot kid. I was smart. So I was like, well, hold on. What kind of breed is it? And I think that threw him off. You know, he'd never been tested like that. He was like, I don't, what? It's a mutt. And I was like, oh, no, thank you, sir. We're purebred in my family. We're from the South. My parents are cousins. And I hung up. And I called my mom, and I told her what happened. And I was like, Mom, what should we do? Should we call the police? And she goes, no. She goes, just run to the neighbor's house. And I was like, I think that's where he is. And she was like, well, take Brody with you. I was like, oh, duh. So I took Brody, our blind elderly dog, with me to slow me down.